Kane Hodder is an American actor, stuntman, and author. Hodder is best known for his portrayal of Jason Voorhees in 4 films from the Friday the 13th film series: Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, and Jason X. He is also known for his role as Victor Crowley in Hatchet, a role which he continued in Hatchet 2 and Hatchet 3. He also played Leatherface during the stunts of Leatherface, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Life and career. Hodder was born in Auburn, California. He was the first actor to portray Jason Voorhees more than once, in a total of 4 movies. He portrayed horror icon Leatherface through the stunt work of the 1990 film Leatherface, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. He also appeared in an episode of the Arsenio Hall show to promote Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, in costume as Jason, when he reprised that role again in Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. He also appeared as Freddy Krueger's gloved hand at the close of that film in anticipation for Freddy vs. Jason. Although he offered to reprise his role as Jason Voorhees in the 2003 film Freddy vs. Jason, director Ronnie Yu replaced Hodder with 6 feet 5 inches Canadian stuntman Ken Kirzinger. This which created controversy among fans of the series and has been credited to several rumors, including Kirzinger's location in Canada and his height compared to Robert Englund, the actor who portrayed Freddy Krueger, while Yu himself stated that it was New Line Cinema's idea to do so, though Hodder still expresses resentment over not being chosen. He is still good friends with Kirzinger and Englund. In 2011 Hodder wrote, along with author Michael Aloisi, his autobiography Unmasked, the true story of the world's most prolific cinematic killer. This was in 2014 turned into a web series, which was released as The Killer and I. Hodder starred in the slasher film Hatchet as main character Victor Crowley, a physically deformed young boy who comes back from the dead to kill the people who invade the swamp he lives in. A similar story in scope to that of Jason Voorhees. He reprised this role in Hatchet 2 and Hatchet 3. He has expressed interest in portraying Michael Myers. Hodder portrayed Grawson Crutel in the old-school slasher film, Muck and its sequel Muck, Feast of St. Patrick. He co-starred with Doug Jones and Michael McShane in the horror comedy film Love in the Time of Monsters. In March 2015, he was part of Adam Green's Arrowscope web series Adam Green's Scary Sleepover. Filmography. Stunts acting, Charlie's Farm, Unmasked. Hodder co-wrote an autobiography with author Mike Aloisi. The book is about his life and experience in the film industry and was released on October 1, 2011. Unmasked documents the unlikely true story of a boy who was taunted and beaten relentlessly by bullies throughout his childhood. Kane only escaped his tormentors when he moved to a tiny island in the South Pacific where he lived for all of his teen years. After living shirtless in a jungle for a while, he headed back to America where he fell in love with doing stunts only to have his love burn him, literally. For the first time ever, Kane tells the true story of the burn injury that nearly killed him at the start of his career, the entire story of his recovery, the emotional and physical damage it caused, his fight to break back into the industry that almost killed him, and his rise to become a film actor are told in Kane's own voice. Paranormal Group. As a side project, Kane had been ghost hunting for some time now in his own group called the Hollywood Ghost Hunters. He describes it as a group of people who normally make a living by trying to scare other people. Everybody in the group has something to do with horror movies. Hodder partnered up with his friend Rick, stuntman, McCullum, a Hollywood stuntman and actor who doubles for horror film actors like Sid Haig. Rick decided to form a paranormal team after he and Kane were filming at Mansfield Reformatory for a horror film called Fallen Angels. While there, they decided to spend their break ghost hunting investigating the cells. They had a ghostly experience when they saw a shadow man running down one of the cell blocks. When Kane took off in a full sprint towards it, Rick knew he had his first partner for his team. Shortly after, they took on their third member for the team, R.A. Mihailov, known for playing the frightening lead role of Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Together the three members make up a paranormal group of members who work in the horror movie industry. On January 7, 2011, Hollywood Ghost Hunters was featured on their Pico House episode of Travel Channel's Ghost Adventures. Personal life. Hodder was born in Auburn, California. Hodder is an avid poker player. He has the word "kill" tattooed on the back of his bottom lip. He spends time working with children in burn centers, and despite the roles he often plays, Hodder has often been described as a very friendly man who loves to meet his fans. For a long time, Hodder claimed his favorite kill scene in his films was the sleeping bag against a tree scene from Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. He now considers the one where he rips a woman's face in half from Hatchet to be his favorite. Hodder is a noted juggalo, a fan of the group Insane Clown Posse. To reflect this, he has a custom charm of the group's Hatchetman logo holding a machete instead of a hatchet, a reference to his role as Jason. Hodder appeared on the December 4, 2012 episode of the TRU TV show Hardcore Porn, in which he had a miniature gold mask made from a piece a fan had made for him.